Hello, my fellow speakers. This is Brian, the speaker for the dead, coming to you today with a quick video. Try and keep this short and sweet. Just wanted to touch base with everybody and talk about the second round of Democratic debates. Now, the first of the two of the second round of debates was held last night, and it was better. I actually have to say it was better than the first round. After the first round, I thought these people are insane. They are all crazy. There is no way that America can survive any of them being president. I still think that to a certain degree, but last night I saw a few glimmers of hope. Not from the front runners. No, the ones that are considered front runners, they're borderline certifiable. And I'm sure I'm going to get some negative comments on this again, like I did on my last review of the Democratic debates. But I'm sorry. But just full disclosure here, I'm not a Republican. I am a conservative, but I'm more of a centrist. I do not believe that our politics are where they need to be. I don't think we need to be attacking each other and tearing each other apart and tearing families and friends apart with politics and all this nonsense that we see going on out there in the world. And that's what bothers me more than anything is, the Democrats talk about how bad Trump is. Trump's the devil. Trump's the Antichrist. Well, they don't believe in Christ. So, but they talk about him as being just racist, bigoted, homophobic, transphobic, peoplephobic, brown people phobic. Just, they call him everything under the sun. And the funny thing is that they are just as extreme as he is. They're just extreme in a different way. And that's what kills me is like not one of these people have stood back and said, you know what, the antidote to extremism is rationalism. None of them have set themselves apart by coming out and saying, look, I don't want to change America. I do not want to remake this whole nation in the form of Mao and Lenin and Stalin, and we don't want that. As a Democrat, I don't want that. I don't think that's the right answer. But we did hear a little bit of that last night, which that's what I mean. It gave me hope that some of these people are realizing that becoming psychotic socialists is not the answer to Donald Trump, and that's what we need. Delaney, I thought he sounded reasonable and rational, while all the others are up there going, no, take away insurance programs, make them get on government health care, which what we got to do for the people. Old Sanders, he's just a Looney Tune. And Elizabeth Warren, just peas in a pod. Those two, they're saying the same things. They're just doing it in a slightly different manner. And to a certain extent, they're all doing that. But at least some of them seem slightly more reasonable than the others, because some of them have been business owners. Some of them, Delaney started his own business. He's been an attorney. He's been a congressman. There was a couple of others, but the Delaney was the one that stood out most, and I think that's why Elizabeth Warren attacked him the way she did. I don't know why you go to all the trouble of running to be president just to tell us what we can't do, because he's telling you you're doing things you shouldn't do. But and I wish he'd have said that. He's just like, I wish he'd have come back at her and just said, I'm not saying we can't do stuff. I'm saying what you want to do is wrong. It's scary. It's bad for the country. It's bad for any nation. Don't you guys ever read history? The Soviet Union collapsed. Nazi Germany had to be defeated. They were all socialists. And that's where you want to take us? Look at all these, look at Venezuela. That's a socialist country. They're failing. And that's just happening right in our own hemisphere. And you guys want to take us down the same road, nationalize industry, attack businesses? He actually said it at one point. He's like, this doesn't sound to me like you guys, want to help America and fix America. This sounds more like you just want to destroy private industry. There was a couple of comments, and they had to attack him and shut him down. And the CNN moderators afterwards, they were all like, oh, boy, the moderates didn't make their case against this socialist agenda. Like they're cheerleading for this stuff. But it's CNN, so what do you expect? But some of their comments after the the debate was over were scarier than some of the stuff being said. I don't know who it was. I was listening to it on the radio, so I didn't see who said what. I was having to take the words of, whoever they were talking about. But the one CNN anchor after the fact said, we've all been in therapy ever since 2016 trying to figure out what went wrong and blah, blah, blah. We just need to figure this out because we don't want more Donald Trump. Blah. And I'm just sitting there going, so much for objective journalism. You've been in therapy since Donald Trump was elected. What the hell are you doing at the debate giving opinions on anything, you freaking nut? So you're supposed to be an objective journalist. I mean, of course, we all known for some time that that's a lie. Not one of them is objective. They've all got their politics, and they're all pushing for Donald Trump to get defeated. Look, I don't love Donald Trump. I never have, but I like some of the things he's doing. And he's actually trying to do stuff to help this country. America first. Fix our own problems. I mean, now they're attacking him for being racist because he dared to say that Baltimore is a rat-infested shithole. It is! Anybody who's ever been there can tell you that. I've been there. I was on the docks, looking out at the bay and the ocean. I couldn't get out of there fast enough, and that was 10 years ago. So don't tell me that it's racist to say a city's failing. Detroit's failing. Most of these cities being run by Democrats are failing. That's why New Orleans had the trouble it did when Katrina hit, because they had a Democratic mayor who didn't know what he was doing. That's why all them buses sat there in the water being wasted instead of transporting people out of there. Because that guy was more concerned about himself, just like all Democrats usually are. And I mean more the politically, I'm not talking about all Democrats in general. I'm talking about the representatives, the politicians. They care about themselves. They don't care about us. They give a lot of lip service about caring about us. But if you care so much, stop trying to take away what we don't want you to take away. The majority of the people didn't want Obamacare. You passed it anyway. The majority of people don't want you doing 90% of the stuff you say you're going to do to us if you get elected. But you're not listening to us. You're listening to the lobbyists, and you're listening to your own psychotic beliefs where you believe that you have all the answers and that we're just supposed to shut up and do what you say. That's what's scary about these debates. They're telling us what's good for us. They're not asking. Nobody's listening. And the few moderate Democrats that we heard last night, they're getting maligned and attacked by the media and the other psycho candidates. And that's scary. Is that we can't have any kind of moderate Democrats without them being trashed. Anyway, that's my short take on it. It was better than the ones before. It gave me a little bit of hope that some of them aren't as radical as the others, and that maybe one of them will distinguish themselves. But they need to get out there and really separate themselves from these socialist policies. They need to get out there and say, I am not a socialist. The Democratic Party is not about socialism. If you want socialism, go start your own party. Don't try and take over my party. That's what they need to do. They need to get out there with a clear message of, I'm not a socialist. And that's what scares me, is that because they're not saying that, I fear that they absolutely do agree with Warren and Sanders on all this nonsense. They just don't want to go there the same in the same route. They just want to take a different route to get to the same place. Well, then, that's where they're going. Get on the bandwagon. I don't know why you're running against them if you want to go to the same place they're going. You just want to take a different route. Just get out of the way and let the crazies take you where you apparently want to go. Otherwise, distinguish yourself and say something important. Stop just lollygagging around on the edges. Delaney, I can't remember. He's the one that really impressed me more than the others as far as being moderately reasonable. But this whole idea that healthcare is a right. No, it isn't. Healthcare is not a right. It's not in the Constitution. It is something we choose for ourselves. We make or break that decision for ourselves. Do we need healthcare reform in this country? Abso-freaking-lutely. But not the way they're thinking it. I don't want the government in control of it. Do you want the DMV to be in control of your healthcare? Because that's what we're going to get. Long lines, waits. Just go to any socialized medicine country and you'll experience it. I've experienced it in 2 different countries, Canada and the UK. And it is never a good thing. Never, never, never. Anyway, Tell me what you think, what you guys' opinion was on the debate last night. I'd really be interested in hearing it. And you know, agree or disagree with me. It's okay. Just have a decent conversation where you know, we can talk, because then I'm okay with that. But don't get on there and just politically attack me and tell me I'm a bad person because I don't agree with you, because that's not productive, and nobody wins in that situation. So let me know what you think. Hit that like button, subscribe, and share this with your friends, and let's get that conversation going, because you know, it's important. These are important things they're talking about, and I don't know. I think they're handing Donald Trump the election, in my opinion. If they continue down this psycho road, it's his. It's his, and quite honestly, I'm okay with that, because I would much rather go in his direction than where they're going, and that's the crazy thing. I was an anti-Trump person, but these people have gone so nutso crazy left that they've actually put me in his camp. So congratulations. And that's what they're doing. They're driving a lot of people to him, and that's the danger they don't seem to realize they're in. So I guess keep going down that road if you want him to win. So anyway, let me know what you think. Get out there and have yourselves a great day, and we will talk to you next time.